Hi, my name is Ioanna, and in this video I would like to talk to you about my experience with my master thesis within the ASM department. The very beginning of this journey is marked by my internship. I consider myself lucky because I found my internship at the ASM company event back in March in 2022, although I know it can be hard to find one. I got in touch with the GK and aerospace representatives there who were really fun and helpful and sent an application email. The interview happened really soon afterwards and went well, and 6 months later in September I started the internship itself. The work I've done there is related tightly to my thesis. Simply put, they have a knowledge-based engineering platform written in Python and PowerPy, which acts as a wing generator. The user supplies the platform with a set of parameters consisting of geometry and material definitions, and the wing is generated accordingly. The scope of my internship was to add 2 modules, which would enable automated mesh and the backwards input file generation starting from this geometry and some additional user-specified parameters, which are mainly related to mesh element size, loads, and boundary conditions. Near the end of my internship, I was asked by my supervisors, who by the way were very nice and I learned a lot from them, if I was interested in continuing with a master thesis. Of course, for me personally, it was the best of both worlds as I got to gain experience within a big company while also completing my studies. In the end, my thesis concerned the incorporation of burst-strike crashworthiness requirements within a multidisciplinary optimization framework. More specifically, I was able to minimize the weight of a wing structure via a Bayesian optimization procedure while considering 2 constraints approximated with ordinary Kriging surrogate models. Now, I will not go into much technical details, but I will try to relate my experience with completing my thesis following the different steps of a master's project. Keep in mind that my master's is based on the old program, but the thesis journey itself is not much different. Firstly, there is the kickoff meeting, where you present and discuss the research topic with your supervisors. I've been offered quite a free hand with the topic, but the department where I was working had some previous projects related to burst strike, which really captured my attention due to the complexity of modeling such phenomena. Moreover, it was quite clear that it had become possible to generate all sorts of backwards moving models in no time, which signaled the possibility of conducting optimization studies. After approximately 2 months, you should have a literature study ready, where one should ideally strive to find literature which covers the relevant research field really well in order to find some knowledge gaps. In my case, I had to split it into more fields as I wanted to cover burst strike modeling, surrogate models, and optimization. For the last 2 aspects, I also found it very useful to actually have some practical exercise, so I documented and included all the comparisons I made when playing with different surrogate models or optimization procedures. It became quite clear that I should use the so-called ordinary Kriging surrogates, which are not exactly the peak of machine learning, but they are solid statistical models based on the multivariate normal distribution and the fact that the closer an unknown point is to a known one, the more confident one can be that the responses would not differ much. Take these 2 points for instance, and let's start varying a third data point between them to see how the prediction changes. The blue line represents the prediction given by the surrogate, the dotted line is the actual underlying function, and the gray area represents the 99% confidence interval. As you can see, the closer a point is to known data, the more confident the model is in its predictions. 1 month before the actual thesis presentation in defense, there is the green light meeting, where you should have your draft ready and put together a small presentation of your results. I arrived at a feasible structure, which in the end looked something like this. Not something I would like to see when looking out the window during my flight, but it certainly looks better than something like this. Finally, there is a graduation day, which is all about you and your work. My presentation lasted for about 30 minutes, and I was really happy that my friends were there for me, both online and in person. Afterwards, there is a small round of questions from the public, and then there is the defense, where it's just you and the committee. For me, this one worked out well. I felt at ease with the professors, although I was quite anxious. But I enjoyed the fact that the defense felt more like a discussion about what I could do to improve and to continue my research. Then I received my diploma, left my mark in the faculty, and finally became an engineer. Well, that's it for this video, and I hope I managed to give you an idea of what a master's thesis journey looks like within the ASM department.